Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Coach Keith Condensed, or Keith Condensed. Today, what I wanted to talk about or address was I've been reading this book called Eat People. It's I don't know what the subtitle is, but it's Eat People. It's actually been a very, very eye-opening book to the way that economics works, especially in our country. Maybe not so much in other countries, but the driving forces behind more or less our country and how things operate here. I did touch on a previous chapter in the book a few weeks back on specifically horizontal companies versus vertical companies, but today what I wanted to talk about was something that he also touches on his book is efficiency, sustainability, and then productivity. And I'm just going to go ahead and transition over to my Robinhood account today. As you can tell, down about 0.4%. Stuff happens, let's be honest. What I wanted to touch on was efficiency, sustainability, productivity, and what exactly the differences are. So in the book, he talks about companies that are able to increase productivity are the companies that are booming. So if you think about it, through the book, he talks about how productivity is making one thing a lot quicker, or being able to harvest one thing basically a lot quicker. Efficiency and sustainability are going to be a different part, but productivity, basically, if you think about it in oil, in the regards to oil, we've never really been concerned about with us running out of oil until in recent years. We've been more concerned about can we get this stuff faster and get it out to the market faster. And basically, productivity is taking your costs and lowering them by creating the product faster without like cutting cost here or cutting costs there. Basically, cost does not matter in a productivity environment. He goes on to say that in industries that are worried about efficiency and sustainability, those companies, those markets, those sectors are phasing out and will soon be replaced by another market sector, whatever it may be, that will come along and have only productivity as the driving force and nothing along the lines of efficiency or sustainability. And so, I mean, for me, he doesn't allude to oil industry there, but for me, it was like very clear and honest that was one of the things that I could see happening. Is if you think about it, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all we were concerned about is how fast can we actually pump oil. There's a huge demand for it. There's a huge supply for it. So how can we continue to pump it, thus generating more sales, selling more barrels of oil? Now we're moving into this era of, hey, you know what? We need to be able to use oil more efficiently, more sustainable. That's why we've created hybrids and the likes of that. And so I'm like sitting there and I'm like thinking, okay, well, if oil's going out, what's coming in next to replace it? And I guess that's the $1 million question that we all have is, hey, if oil's phasing out in the market, what's coming in next? And if you think about it, even from a basic economical standpoint, if the supply of something, like I was saying last night, if the supply of something starts to decrease, the demand, the price of it will have to artificially go up as well. So if the demand for a product stays the same, but the supply, there's not a huge supply anymore. It's becoming a rarity. So it's not something that can just boom unless we all of a sudden find like new oil wells or something like that to start digging or figuring out a new way to like breathe life back into the oil companies. It's not something that's really going to happen, because every single day that we continue to mine oil is a day that there's less oil in the world. And so every single day that price has to continue to go up. So the only way that they're going to make profit is basically by creating a more efficient or sustainable way to use that oil. However, a company that comes by and says, hey, for instance, I mean, I don't think hydrogen is the future, but for instance, hydrogen, hey, you know what? We're able to create this hydrogen at a exponential rate, or we've learned that hydrogen and this, and then we're going to go ahead and figure out a way to harvest hydrogen a lot quicker, a lot faster, and bring it to market a lot quicker, is going to create an exponential growth in that market where the gas and oil industry could potentially die. I'm not saying that hydrogen is the future. I'm just saying that those are kind of two competing markets, more or less. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts about investing into companies that are looking more to increase their efficiency and sustainability and less on the productivity realm. Feel free to let me know down in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.